Well, hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
We are on the air. The Two Half Squads is back on the air.
On the air.
This is the Two Half Squads. You can tell by my hat. And if you're listening, I'm wearing a hat that says the Two Half Squads. Okay.
He is indeed.
It's a podcast. The one and only podcast, and now a YouTube channel dedicated 100%. Well, we're not the only one on YouTube.
We are the only podcast on YouTube.
Yes, dedicated to the greatest game in the world, which would be Advanced
Squad leader.
Yes, I knew it would come to me. You didn't have to fill in for me. I ain't, gone totally crazy.
You're looking
So,
good, though.
Good to see you, Dave.
Good to see you.
So I'm wearing these
Yeah.
are dirty glasses.
You look more intelligent.
Yeah,
with your glasses on.
I do everything I can to look more intelligent, as long as I don't have to be more intelligent. How's my hair look? So, how are you?
See, I try to appear more stupid. That way people expect less of me.
That might be a good idea. I might have to go for that. I need to lower my bar. So we are once again in the broadcast foxhole, second time in as many weeks, which is pretty spectacular.
It is.
Good to see you again in the flesh. And I'm going to direct you, for those people that are watching, I'll move my camera a little bit. For those people listening, it's theater of the mind. But in the last episode, I talked about my mouse issue.
Oh, yes.
And the mouse is the old mouse is over there in the soffit, the old mouse entry point. Well, today I was just back over here, looking at this shelf behind me, and I haven't looked at here for a while, and I noticed there's all this stuff, and I thought, there's all these caraway seeds all over this shelf. Why?
No, is it really?
Why are there caraway seeds all over this shelf? And I thought, did my wife come down here and sprinkle caraway seeds on my shelf?
Were you eating a bagel over there?
Was I eating a bagel? I think it's mouse droppings,
I think it is.
just in case it's caraway seeds.
Well,
So
you know what?
I could taste one
Why
and
don't you
see.
smell?
Yeah, taste it and see.
It's gonna
Put
the
it,
shtick from
Yeah.
Cheech and Chong.
yeah, put it on a bagel.
Oh, taste. Yeah,
So-
tastes like mouse poop. Oh, good thing we didn't step in it.
So shocked. I'm shocked. I mean, it looks like
Yeah, Jeff.
it looks like there's been a party of mice, like a dozen or so, having a hootenanny, an all-you-can-eat buffet, and plus the aftermath. And so I looked at the above the soffit right here, and there's a hole. There's a perfectly round hole in the insulation.
Oh, I see it.
So I think mice are coming in there. I'm not sure where I'm going to put my trap, but stay tuned. The saga continues.
I have
So-
not had any opossum encounters,
Oh, well, that's good.
but a listener did send us a link explaining possum and opossum in New Zealand or Australia, wherever it was you were talking about.
Yeah. Okay, good. And was I right?
Yes. So-
Wow. These glasses really work. That's fantastic. Yeah. So what have you been up to?
Well, I saw, we were gonna go see The Northman, Megan and I, and it was gone mostly, so traveled too far to go see it. So
The Northman, a movie?
movie.
Okay.
And then we went to see Everything Everywhere All at Once, which really,
Wow, who's got time?
yes. It was fascinating in a lot of ways. It was kind of a comedy multiverse show. And it was funny and it was wacky some of the time, which I really enjoyed. And it was emotional. And it was about relationships and restoring relationships. So I give it 2 thumbs up.
Wow,
But
never heard of it.
I had remembered seeing some article about Doctor Strange multiverse and then this movie multiverse. And that was the last I heard about it.
Yeah.
And I was really glad I went with Megan.
We talked about the fact that back in our younger days, you and I both, the Sunday paper would come, you open up the movie section and we'd scan the movie section and see
Yeah.
all the things, all the movies. We knew every movie,
We knew every movie.
where they were playing and everything. And now of course, we don't get the paper anymore. Do you still get a paper, newspaper? Yeah,
You have to go online and look at the theater.
yeah. So I have no idea what's out, and it's hard to keep up. I complain about it all the time, and I'm not likely to stop. It's hard to keep up with all the content that's coming out on all the different streaming services, let alone the movie theaters. So
Yeah, this one, I kind of like to get your response. Maybe you and Robin can watch it when it comes out at home or something.
yeah, we'll get it on Betamax
Yeah.
or Laserdisc. Yeah, so
Yeah, I mean, it got me emotionally, but that's not that hard to do
you're a soft
in
touch.
my old age.
Yeah,
And the Dark Shadows is continuing. They had a seance now, so it's going in a kind of different
so
direction.
what season are you in?
2.
You're only in season 2, like episode 400.
Yeah,
No, there's
because
probably
there's a
only
lot.
200 episodes a year or something.
No,
Not that many?
no.
Oh,
40, 30?
Oh.
I'll double check.
Yeah.
I could Google it now, but that would be distracting.
yes, it would. So let's get it.
Oh,
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead, sir.
I was just going to say,
Oh,
let's
you-
get on with the show. No, you.
Oh, no, you. Well, it is Memorial Day weekend,
Yes, it is.
so we want to honor our veterans who, well, not Veterans Day, but those that have died for our freedom. And
Yeah.
I tried to go to the parade this morning.
Did you?
I woke up and I'm gonna Google that, and Dave Timonen's son was in it, and so it says it started at 10:15, and I thought by the time they get down to the corner by the church, it would be, I could probably get there for the end of it on my bike. So I'm riding my bike there, and it's going on 11 already. And then Dave texts, I go, "Where are you sitting?" He goes, "Yeah, in the usual spot." And then he texts, "Okay, it's over."
Oh, yeah.
It's a shorter parade on Memorial Day
Yes.
than the 4th of July parade.
Yes, it is.
By a lot.
Yeah.
So, oh well, I tried to go.
Yeah, we didn't go this year at all, just out of habit, I guess. The last 3 years we haven't gone, so we missed it, but we did think about it. And it's a sad day, kind of a sad day. It's a terrible thing. But yeah.
But on a lighter note,
Yes. Yeah, please. Yeah. So what do we got going on here, Dave? What should we start with?
well, that music would tell us.
Let's see. What could we be doing?
It's time for
Box art
See
review?
how joyful it makes me just hearing the music.
It's lovely.
Box art review. I can pick my nose behind this box and I'm holding up.
Yeah, that's I don't know that we need to know that even.
It's time to look at Hollow Legion's box art.
Wow. I mean, this is something you only get on the Two Half Squats podcast.
Absolutely. Now, this work is by our good friend,
Ken Smith. Oh, okay, great.
And do you know the name of this work of art, Jeff?
No, it never occurred to me that it had a name, but I'm sure it's not something like it's not something like Surrealistic Impressions #6.
No.
No, okay.
Abstraction #4.
Yeah.
Do you know, in art history class, we used to look for things in the painting to memorize the year. So if, let's say, this was painted in 2022, we might go, oh, there's 2 guys in the front, so 22. That's how we'll remember on our test. And then when it got into the abstraction and the drip paintings,
Yes.
it was really hard.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Find a number there. With somebody go, oh, look, that's shaped kind of like a 6. That
Yeah.
So okay, 60, 68.
Because the year a painting is painted is important.
But we did have to memorize it all. you know, it kind
What's
of,
wrong with our educational system?
yeah, but we also learned the meaning of it, which is how I can explain to you all the different art movements.
Yeah, okay.
Really did give me an appreciation of them.
Okay.
For real. I know
Yeah.
we can't get into all that today. I still want to show you my slides of my artwork, my Cold War paintings.
Yes, I would like to see those.
And you and Mike and I will do an art review of our own.
Would you like me to
Do you want to pull up an image that's better than this box for our viewers at home?
try this? I don't know if this will work.
Or share screen? Or was that the other camera over there? Maybe just share a screen. No, that's working, but we can't see your beautiful face.
Perfect.
Hollow Legions. The painting is called Manco la Fortunato.
Manco la Fortuna.
I'm going to sneeze.
And Manco, bless you. Manco la Fortuna is what is printed on, there's a plaque, a commemorative stone put up by the 7th Bersaglieri Regiment
Yes, the Bersaglieri's.
on the road between Alexandria and Alamein. The full inscription reads, Manco la Fortuna non il valore, which means a lack of fortune, not of valor.
Oh, a lack of fortune, not of valor.
Yes.
Yes. Manco, meaning lack.
Yeah.
La, meaning of. And fortuna, meaning fortune.
Yes. Non il valore means not of. Valore is, of course, that famous song by Valore. Oh,
Valore.
which is also a material they use in car seats. Oh no, that's velour. Okay. Anyway, you want to do this, or do you want to? Would you rather hold the?
That's fine. I'm
box
looking at a print online.
Okay. This is a very nice piece of art, in my opinion.
Well, you can own this original art for $5,100.
I can own it.
You can. You can also get a print. Ken Smith artwork. I think. Well, Ken Smith has a quote here. It's the First Battle of El Alamein, July 27, 1942. His quote is from Second Lieutenant Ethel Torelli in the Trento Division. We could see the Australians and British advancing, rather spread out, about 750 yards in front of us, all in groups corresponding with their units. We ceased fire with the machine guns, and there was still plenty of time for them, but continued with our 47/32s. What weapon is that? When they got within 300 yards, we opened up with everything. The noise was terrific. You could only tell a gun was firing by the smoke and powder coming out of its muzzle. It was almost 11 o'clock. My Tommy gun broke down after about 3,000 rounds. Ejector broken. The machine gun also played up a bit after 5,000 rounds. But by that time, the attack was beginning to peter out. The British artillery had packed it in. By midday, it was all over.
Wow.
Well, I guess the Italians won. This work is oil on paper, mounted on an archival lightweight board. It's 28 by 35 inches.
Okay. Good size painting.
And what do you think of the work, Jeff?
Well, as far as a action sequence, I like it a lot. I like the depth of field on it, I like the muted colors, very realistic, and the realistic landscape. I think it fits the box very well, and it creates a certain immediacy there. How about that?
It does, and you can see that man looking at us over his shoulder of the man firing his rifle in the front. Is that right? Yes. Is he looking at us?
He is. He's looking at you.
He's gonna draw. No, I think he's looking at you more.
Oh, with my glasses. It's my glasses. He's saying, boy, that guy looks kind of smart with those glasses on.
And these guys are taking the when you get in a gully and you take the +2 modifier. Shoot, what's the word for it? I was just doing this with Rick Hollander 2 nights ago. Crest status.
Yes.
See, they're taking crest status. And they're getting the +2. And that one guy is standing up in the background. what's he doing? Over to the left. Yeah, they're shooting.
Oh,
at
this
him.
guy.
What's he doing?
Well, he's just feeling rather cocky.
He is. He's
But-
daring death.
Yes.
Just, I dare you, death, to come and take me. And moments later, he was struck by a bullet,
Probably so.
historically.
So what do you think of this
I
piece?
love it. I think actually Kent's work is getting better. Not that it was ever bad. Just these last several covers, we have not covered them all in Box Art Review. Powerful stuff. And you're right, this palette choices, well, of course it is the desert. There's realism to it, but there's still choices the artist is making here. The triangle shape also, Jeff, if you follow from the tank down, the standing man and the crouching man, both looking at us, is a sharp angle down, and then off the page, and then from the tank along the helmets of the crestline people forms the other angle of the triangle. There's also a closer triangle formed between the two men in the foreground, up
Yes.
to the hat and down to the right off the rifle. That's why he's also angled that rifle down to help give it that nice triangular shape that we so love in our compositions and artwork.
Have you ever seen a painting that doesn't have the triangle in it, or do you just see
I
triangles
I
everywhere?
see them everywhere.
I noticed that there's triangle shapes just imprinted on your glasses. Maybe that's what's happening
Is
there.
that what that is?
Yeah.
My new glasses too.
Yeah.
And the smoke of the battle rising up, giving it that action. And that insignia, I searched it, we searched it, I couldn't find that insignia. But there was the 62nd Infantry Division Marmarica. But on Wikipedia, it doesn't, the insignia doesn't quite look like that, because it's a 62 you said on the.
Yeah, it looks like a
Comment?
62. I like that, there's really good detail in this. Lots going on, good detail. And I like that this little bit where this guy in the front, the insignia, of course, on his helmet is right at the front of his helmet, but he's got his
Dust goggles.
dust goggles turned sideways, kind of off sideways, which I wouldn't have thought to do,
Yeah.
but it just shows a little, it just gives it a little feeling of authenticity.
Yes, it kind of captures that chaos of war.
Yeah.
Yes, chaos of war.
So, and I don't recognize the firearms that they're using.
No,
I'm not that familiar.
No.
You mentioned something earlier.
47/32.
Yeah, don't know. Sorry, I don't know the Italian weapons that were just well enough to be able to comment on that, but it's a short weapon. So I don't know if they're all that short. All of those guys, may they,
Oh, the 47/32 was a cannon.
oh, okay,
That makes sense.
all right.
The Canon 47/32 was used as an infantry gun and an anti-tank gun. It was highly effective against medium armored tanks. I said tanks.
You're welcome. That joke never gets old. Yes, it does.
So I think
So, and that's, I don't know, I'm sure people are listening, they're going, Jeff, that is obviously a such and such and such and such, da, 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 rifle, but it's obviously early in the war, it's bolt action. There's no clip on that. It's not a semi-automatic or automatic weapon.
and just going back from the print online and looking at the picture we have up on the YouTube, the graphics really does kind of mar the painting.
The graphics of the Hollow Legions and
Yeah,
the
it's
MMP and
really
stuff.
distracting
Yeah, it's a really nice piece.
of the work. So
I mean, he did a great job of featuring a spot where you could put a big title for the box by leaving the blue sky
True.
up at the top. So it kind of fills that in, but yeah, I'd like to see it without.
And of course, that is Perry, who is posing for that guy looking at us over the shoulder of the
Is that Perry?
foreground. Yeah.
Oh.
It's Perry, and that's Chaz Smith posed for the standing up guy. And that,
I'm not even going to question that.
Yes.
I'm just going to believe you.
that is Box Art Review.
Thank you, Box Art Review, for being one of our favorite segments. It's been a while.
It's time for rules. You need the rules to play the game and put your opponents to shame. They might seem hard, but that's okay. We're gonna learn them anyway. Rules.
Searching. You loved this when we were doing the Pacific.
Oh, yes.
We did. Remember, we did a lot.
We did a lot of searching in those last few scenarios we played.
Yeah.
Lots of searching,
And we,
which is tough because, I mean, it takes up time.
it often would take up the time. Yeah. And then it was funny how the next week, and we were playing weekly
Yeah.
during COVID on the, what's the one on the
Vassal.
Yeah.
Yes. Vaseline.
We were vaseling, and we'd be like, dang, we just did this last week.
Yeah.
Let's look it up again.
Yeah.
As each good order infantry cav multi-man counter ends its move, it may attempt to search for concealed enemy units and minefields in accessible hexes, including its own, yes, by expending one additional movement factor in its present hex and making that die roll. So can the units making the attempt be pinned to search?
No.
No, they may not. Can they have used assault movement and search?
No.
No, they cannot. So is the searching unit or moving stack TI for the remainder of that player turn?
No.
Yes, we marked them with the TI.
Gosh, why don't I remember that?
Because we
marked
could
zillions of them.
did so. I think it was also a long time ago.
Yeah.
You got to keep using it.
Yeah. 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 It's true.
Is it also TI for the rest of the whole game?
No.
No.
In fact, it's permanent. You have to change your
Yeah.
markers permanently. They can never be used again because they're
But
TI.
I always tell rookies that it is when they're doing it.
Yeah.
So then remember we would roll that die, one die, and the final die roll indicated the number of
Hexes you can search.
other than its own of the. Do
Yes.
you remember whose choice, attacker or defender? So if you were searching, did I pick the ones you could search, or did you?
No, I did.
Attacker's choice,
Yeah.
which the unit and stack may. Oh no, it's the final die roll was the number of accessible hexes other than its own of the attacker's choice, which it may not search. And then may these search hexes include those which the attacker knows contain no hidden units?
Did we do it that way?
Yeah, we did.
We did do it that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Good Lord.
Yeah. So if you rolled a 2, you'd go, oh, I'm not going to search. I can't search. You can't search those.
Yeah.
May these search hexes, yeah, you can search where you already know there's no hidden units,
Yeah.
such as an open ground or a just traversed hex. And then this die roll modifier is modified by the following. I'm wondering if you can grab your search modifier chart and ask me if I can remember what the pluses are for each thing.
Let's see.
That search.
Okay, here we go.
chart.
A12.152. Okay.
I can start with Japanese neg 2. Is that would be on the Pacific chart, but
Neg 1 if the searcher is
Oh.
stealthy.
yeah, tell me the condition and I'll see if I can remember the mod.
Okay. Leadership factor of 1
Yes.
participating leader.
Yes. So if neg 2, if he's a neg 2, or neg 1, if he's a neg 1,
Okay.
I guess a plus if he's a plus.
Yeah, I'm sure. Searcher is lax or CX.
+1 for each condition.
Very good,
Okay,
Dave.
Well, it's gotta be a 1 or 2.
Okay, searcher is stealthy.
Neg 2.
No, it's a neg 1.
Oh, okay.
per half squad crew greater than one half squad searching.
Neg 1.
Yes,
So if you got a squad, it's got the neg 1 automatically.
Yeah.
Remember.
that's it.
Okay, that's it. Japanese then were neg 2 added into the
Yes, I believe that is right. I
Yeah.
would have to look on, that's probably on the nationality chart.
and then mopping up. I think we have time to cover these.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I think so.
During its prep fire phase, an armed, unpinned, good order infantry multi-man counter in a multi-hex or multi-level building. I'm going to invent a new ASL term. Instead of saying multi-hex / multi-level building, we're going to start to call them multi-area buildings.
Okay,
So you don't have to say multi-hex, multi-level. You just say multi-area building.
okay, good. I
And
like
then if it contains no unconcealed, unbroken enemy unit, you declare that you're becoming TI so that during the prep, so that you can secure the building, provided you're within 2 hexes of every ground level location, which the enemy don't control. So if necessary, then you can use 2 different guys to both declare mopping up. So between them, they can be within 2 hexes of every ground level location of the building. Any hidden enemy units are placed on board under a concealment, and all dummies removed. This is the mopping up. We did that a couple times.
Yeah, I actually don't remember that. So this eliminates the need to run into every single hex in order to make sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. You can do the whole building, just get the people in there
Yeah.
and declare it.
Okay.
Of course, you're TI for a turn. So sometimes it was quicker just to run anyway through it, and you can end up advancing out or something.
Yeah,
And then dummies removed. Other concealed units remain concealed. So if no concealed unit is in there, you've secured the building. And then all broken enemy units in there surrender to units of the attacker's choice inside that building, regardless of their proximity. Now, must each hex in a row house, the one with the black bars in there, must they each be mopped up separately?
I would think so. Yes.
Yes,
I mean, that's-
treated as separate.
Yeah.
Are fortified building locations revealed if you're mopping up?
Ooh.
You know, it's hidden fortified building location. Your men are running all over mopping it up.
Yeah, I would
they
say
discover?
so.
Yes, they
Yeah.
would. Can mopping up be attempted once or twice per building per player turn?
Twice.
Once,
Once per building per player turn.
correct.
Okay.
You just have to call it for, even with 2 guys, you just call it the same mopping up.
Okay.
process. Can it be attempted even if there's no stairwell available to reach the upper levels?
No,
I would think no,
I would think no.
but the answer is yes.
Huh.
I don't know how, but is a rubbled, blazing building location considered part of a building for mopping up purposes?
I'm going to say no.
But it's yes. I think it just means you are able to clear all those things.
I guess.
If you declare no quarter or massacre, then can you still use mopping up?
I have no idea.
I didn't either.
I can't.
The answer is no. You're a
No.
bad boy if you declare no quarter.
Yeah.
So they're not going to let you just use it to mop up a building. And I probably did that illegally at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no quarter means no mopping up.
Okay.
If you search a building, is it possible that the enemy can kill your searchers?
Sure.
Yes, and that is the search casualties. If a location that's searched mopped up contains an armed good order unit, minefield, residual firepower, HE, FFE, or if the defender has a booby trap capability, then the defender can make 1 casualty die roll per search die roll in an effort to cause casualties to the mopping up guy or the searching guy. Did we do the casualties in Pacific? I'm sure we did. This casualty die roll is in addition to any attack made. So does a final die roll of 1 on 1 die cause a casualty reduction to the mopping up unit, or is it a 2 or less?
2 or less.
It's a 1. 1 only.
Okay.
This casualty die roll is modified. Can you get the chart and tell me the conditions, and I'll try to guess the negs on the casualty searching casualty chart? It's probably on the same chart you just had.
I don't know. Obviously not.
Probably just a little search.
I'll do a little pause.
Casual searching.
Yeah, so on this chart, it says the searching and mopping up casualties, if a die roll that is small dr is less than or equal to 1, then the casualties equals the IFTK result.
K slash, okay.
Yeah,
And it's modified by, is there a list of things? Conditions?
not.
Okay. Where did I get that idea from? Wait, never mind then.
Yeah.
Right of inspection going forward.
Okay.
If a stack is not concealed before play begins, may you look at the contents?
No.
Not concealed, you actually may.
Oh, not
At the
concealed.
beginning,
Yes.
not
yeah,
concealed.
right.
Even if the stack is out of line of sight of all your good order units.
Oh man, we never.
It's right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, we never play this, but so I'm not sure which way it goes.
We need to be better at looking at the guy's stacks, which we do.
We're
we
always
just start
thinking
playing.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah, it is.
I don't want
So
to
the
upset
answer is no.
anybody.
So you have to have at least someone on your board.
To have line of sight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to the dudes. Then you can look at the whole stack.
I don't know. If you come reaching across the table and
You
come through my, I'd be slapping your hand back.
This is a smackdown. So in which case you may only demand, if you can't look, verification of actions taken. The required response to this demand is limited to showing only the information needed. Since this would reveal dummy stacks as soon as they move, players should not ask for verification of movement factors expended by concealed moving units
Yeah.
in exchange for not cheating.
Yeah, and I always think about that as I move a dummy stack. I think I can move this as if there's a leader in there,
That's what we learned last
Yeah.
time.
which doesn't seem fair.
It doesn't, because you
I'm always feeling bad about it. Like
everyone gets to go with the leader then.
thinking about that and the mouse and the little cube. I'm a softie.
And so dummy stacks will not reveal hidden fortifications, even after entering the location or gaining line of sight to them.
Okay.
Players should adopt an honor system to balance the desire of the moving player to find hidden fortifications versus his desire to avoid revealing whether the stack is good order. Yeah, I think we just don't ask if there's
Yeah,
anything
we don't
around. If
ask.
it's dummies, you just move.
Yeah.
Well, the 5/8 inch counters then, the large ones.
Yes.
Do the rules of concealment apply equally to vehicles? Placing it, losing it.
Yeah.
Yes. To cavalry,
Yes.
to just the horse counters without cavalry on them.
No.
Yes.
Oh, they do.
Mhm. Can it apply to Godzilla?
I'm trying to think of when I've had a horse counter with no cavalry on it.
When you dismount,
They're
and
just
then
grazing.
they're sitting, you threw a bunch in a stack. Haven't you pulled up and dismounted, and then
I guess I'm sure I have.
they can stay
It's been a
concealed?
long time since I played cav.
Yes. Can Godzilla be concealed?
I don't think Godzilla can be concealed,
He's too big.
but he doesn't care.
No. Can bicycles? Just like the
Yes.
horse. Yes.
Yeah.
Except such concealment is lost immediately whenever the unit is in the line of sight of a good order enemy ground unit and not in concealment terrain.
Or if one of the bikes accidentally rings its bell.
Yeah, so in differences, you turn the corner and it's horses concealed, you see them. You turn the corner, it's infantry concealed, they stay concealed in open ground. Bob taught me that, Holmstrom.
Okay, horses get revealed.
Yeah, if they're in open ground and you turn the corner and you see them.
Yeah, okay.
I used to have everyone be revealed when you turn the corner and see it.
Yeah,
And then Bob was like, no, I'm like, Bob, what are they hiding in? They're just sitting there in the open ground hats. They stay concealed.
the
So-
elven cloaks.
Yeah, that's, yeah. The hobbitses have.
Yeah,
So then is concealment lost when you change your covered arc?
yes.
Yes. Regardless of the terrain you occupy, woods or open ground, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Nope, it's the answer doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Then it's on the chart. You got to look at that concealment gain loss
Right.
chart kind of stuff. A vehicle that sets up just teaching in a woods road hex is considered to be in concealment terrain for the purposes of placing a concealment and of using hip. But thereafter, it's considered to be on the road. So of course you say, my vehicle's in the woods road. Is it in the woods or road? You usually have to declare that. In this case, you can cover it up, but then you just treat it as being on the road anyway. And thus it's in open ground to a clear line of sight trace to it along the road, like the normal when you're on the road in the woods.
Yeah,
Concealed vehicle in line of sight of a good order enemy ground unit loses its concealment if hit on its hit table or by a pin task result versus its crew or on the star line. So it's just, the normal ways you lose that concealment for
Mhm.
vehicles. So how about if it's an anti-tank mine attack that actually gets an immobilization result or better? Will that reveal the concealment on
I would
tank?
think so, yes.
Yep. Then, did you know that any target size gyro modifier for concealed guns and vehicles, you don't reveal it till after the hit die roll is made? So you roll the hit and you miss. Oh, but wait, it's a +1. It turns a hit into a miss. If a just revealed small target die roll turns a hit into a miss, the vehicle keeps its concealment. And then does it an attempt to fire a smoke dispenser cause loss of the AFV's concealment?
Yes.
Not an attempt.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
you're thinking
Only if it's successful.
if it succeeds, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that smoke over there? Right. So then if a gun, vehicle, cab, horse, bicycle counter loses its hidden concealed status, so does its manning infantry. Can't have the concealed crew, but the gun lose it, and vice versa. So the buttoned up, crew exposed, covered arc, hold down status of a concealed vehicle may be secretly recorded at setup. So you don't have to have the extra counters on there,
Okay.
but must be revealed when the vehicle is unconcealed.
Okay.
That's a good little trick.
Yeah.
When a scenario gives on side a number of 1/2 inch counters, can you choose to make some of them 5/8 inch counters instead of 1/2 inch?
Yes.
Yes. And then finishing up, vehicular movement through concealment. The presence of any unconcealed unit in a location does not prevent an enemy vehicle from entering that location. That's the rule. And then overrun. Oh, wait a minute. Are we doing this? I was just going to teach it quick because, yeah, we're getting long on time. And then we'll be done. Should an unbroken vehicle enter a concealed enemy's location without bypass or a woods road, all concealed enemy personnel in the location must be revealed or take a combined patsy using the lowest current morale level among them, modified by the best leader. A dummy stack takes a patsy with a morale of, do you remember what the number says on all the concealment counters? 6, 7, or 8?
8.
7.
Yeah. Why don't I remember that?
Because
The mind blank.
I always was wondering, like, why does this stack
Yeah. Why does it have
have a
that?
morale
Yeah.
level on it?
Yeah. That's right.
And so you can roll the morale without revealing the actual
Okay,
morale number
okay.
of what's in there.
Yeah.
And then if the patsies failed, all those subjected to it are immediately pinned and revealed,
Okay.
is the policy. So then a question on bypass with a vehicle. May a vehicle entering a concealed enemy's location using a bypass attempt, can they attempt an overrun if they're bypassing the enemy location?
Yes,
Or no, because you are
because you're bypassing.
bypassing.
Okay.
And then the concealed units in the location would be revealed due to the vehicle's presence only voluntarily. Oh, he's bypassing, or if the vehicle's ends its movement phase in that location. So that's where, like, you're going to bypass the guys, you want to freeze them, and then you stop in the location. It says that the concealed unit would be revealed only voluntarily, or if the vehicle ends the movement phase in that
Oh,
location.
okay.
So I think that means you'd have to enter the building to then make them reveal. So the bypassing, I think you keep it. So sitting in it, if we're wrong, folks, chime in and put a note on the website. Since a bypassing vehicle occupies only the hex containing the terrain being bypassed, does it have any effect on the concealment of any units in an adjacent hex?
No.
No. And that has finished
Wow.
12.42. The rest of it we covered on other shows.
Yeah. That was deep.
That was deep.
That was deep.
And
But good stuff.
Mike is good with this Patsy thing, and when you're doing the overrun or the bypass to freeze the guys, et cetera, et cetera.
Howdy, partners. We got a treat for you today. Taking a quick look at the scenarios of the very best of March Madness Volume 1. And we can get you a copy of this. You can enter the contest to win that one. Well, the notes here say that they put this pack together from the Partisans pack, which has several scenarios in it. One of which I think is the first one in here, PP03, Ukrainian Mutiny. And that is the Ukrainian partisans who were working in the camps with the SS, were fleeing and being chased by the guards from the camp. So this event would be July 4th, 1943. And it has for the Ukrainians, caves, 6 caves, 3 sandgars, fortified building position. It is kind of designed to be a primer on caves. 5 turns, half a board, 24. Looks really good. PP04 is partisan fight. This one is, apparently there were a lot of conflicts. This is July 6, 1943, between partisan groups fighting each other more than they fight the Germans. And so this has the UPA, which is some Ukrainian People's Army or something, that are going to be treated as partisans dealing with partisans, and who are the Polish on the border skirmishes there, and the UPA has to exit points off of the board to win. And then we take a look here, PP05 comes on 2 sheets. This is a larger scenario. The board's 39, 36. There is a lot to do with forests. This has the Soviet elements of the Yale Mountains Partisan Brigade setting up with 20 pillboxes, 20 wire counters, 10 trenches, 60 AP mines. And then for victory, the Romanians coming on here with lots of squads and stuff. 12, 20 plus. There are 30 defending Soviet dudes. And the Romanian player then is searching and digging up all these pillboxes and fortifications, bunkers. So they all can be hip. And then they got to score 105 points, combat victory points, and each pillbox eliminated is worth 3. See special scenario rule 7. Romanian unit may attack an unoccupied pillbox in close combat. Pillbox have a defense strength of 1. A successful attack eliminates the pillbox. So that's how you can go about that. And yeah, that one looks really cool. It's got the mountainy forests, and so there's a special rule for the Romanians have scaling ability. When it was the last time you used that, and conduct abrupt elevation charge at a lesser kind of move cost or something there. And then PP08, No Simple Victory, is the Polish and again NKVD and the elements of the Soviet commissars coming in, and they are trying to take a building hex on board. This one runs 8 turns, boards 10 and 42, and yeah, that was part of when they were taking over Poland, May 1945, for No Simple Victory. BP06, this is a larger one. In this case, the Germans are trying to surround and then sweep through Osuchi, Poland, June 25, 1944, to wipe out the partisans there. It has a low visibility for night stuff in the early part, and then it has the freedom of movement restrictions on the Germans in certain places, and some AP mine fields. And I think the Germans here also have a OBA, mortar OBA, 81 millimeter. And to win, the partisans are escaping. So they're trying to get the points off of the board, moving from east. They enter an east on 3 groups and exiting the west side of the board. I love partisan scenarios. And this one is the Jews have guns, MM03, it's the Warsaw Uprising. The ZOB is in there. The SS are trying to wipe them out, of course. And there's a few of the smaller vehicles for the Germans, roadblocks. This one is a good street fighting one. It's got the fanatic partisans with sewer movement, also Molotovs, and they can designate fortified buildings, and they have roadblocks that are hasty. So they just treat them as hedges. But that'll be a good street fighting one. And MMO4 is also a city battle. It's Paris. It is the Parisian partisans here, about 20 of them, with roadblocks, fortified locations. And this one treats all walls as roadblocks also. Sewer movements in here too. And there's tunnels or NA, but trenches connect all adjacent ground buildings, like red barricades. Trenches can connect through there. And then this one's kind of cool in that the victory conditions are the Germans winning if 5 or more locations of building 45J3 are in blazes or rubbled. That's different. I have never seen that before. And there's a special rule here for how the German tanks can fire into the buildings to start a fire more easily. Thanks there. Yeah. The next group are from this Texel pack that they had. It says here the next 4 from the Texel pack, and it's about fortifications. Big rule, keep in mind with this, is both sides have Panzerfaust, which pack a punch when if your opponent is in a pillbox building or behind a wall. So Texel Airport looks really cool. It's got these 3 boards, and the victory, the Germans win. They control 6 of 11 airport runway locations. And there's the AA guns for the Georgians. I don't know much about this one. It's in Netherlands. Everyone knows what the Netherlands are. April 14th, 1945. But the Georgians are defending, and both sides have the Panzerfaust and Treks, and Treks. A lot of fortifications. Looks very, very good. And then a smaller one with 2 boards on the backside, MM11, the Kriegsmarine, the Kug on the mainland. It's got, again, Georgians defending Germans, got to capture building 10 Z6. There's a cupola. Would you say cupola? And yeah, smaller one there. This one looks really good too. MM13 is the Texel Lighthouse. And now that I'm looking this over, I remember seeing a miniatures World War II battle that was set up on this very battle that I need to look at more closely and learn about this. But the Georgians again are defending, and the Germans need to control building 33R8 or rebel locations from it. And the board 7 is that the river board is all set up like it's the ocean edge, and then the marsh becomes sand, which is kind of cool. Fortifications again, everyone's going to be slugging it out. The Germans got 105 OBA, also no quarters in effect. So, but that looks like a unique situation. MM15 crossroads at Suxy, Belgium, large one, 7 turns, 4 half boards on that, and victory conditions that Jeff loves. Really long. And they were saying here these last 4 scenarios are from the double blind pack. They've been altered a little bit. I really want to try that double blind pack. I don't mind moderating stuff as a judge. It could be real fun not knowing what's on that board or what the opponent has. But it's one of these. Eve of Destruction is huge. This is by that State Farm west of Prokhorovka. That is in the new Prokhorovka game from the guys over in Italy. And so, yeah, it's massive. It's got all the armor, T-34 Churchills with the Soviets, and lots of German vehicles, Panzers, Force 5s. Okay, I think most of you are familiar with that battle. And MM17, busting Bocage back in France. U.S. German action, 6 turns, board H and F. Those starter kit boards, H and F. And wrapping it up. And let's lastly take a look here at Fort 999. Number 9. Warsaw, Poland. This is victory. Germans need to control more greater locations of the row house than Polish control, including cellars. 10 possible locations. There's a nice little battle for building. Apparently, the Germans assault this thing from 3 sides on this fort. Historically, there's a footbridge and a moat. Board 3A and 6A. I'm having problems remembering what the A boards were. Those does. I don't know why I am. Looks cool. Got a lot of overlays on several of these. Might be a slight drawback, but I'm telling you, you're going to want this pack. And we got this pack here. Don't forget, this stuff is made by some of the best in the ASL. Paul Works, Tom Meyer, Dan Best, Rick Reinish, to name a few. So yeah, you can get this pack from us right here at the 2 half squads, because we're going mad. We're going mad. It's a crazy thing, folks. So just send us an email with the subject line saying they've gone mad, and we'll put you into the contest and send this pack, beautiful pack, right on out to you. Can't get it at the Kansas City ASL site, but you can get it here from us because we've gone mad. And you can also get it at the ASL Scenario Archive for $15, I think, digital download. But this isn't digital. This is real physical product, folks. Get it here. Go ahead and send us that email now. Bye-bye.
So now we've got your microphone turned on correctly.
We do have it
Yes.
turned on correctly now.
Had a little technical difficulty. That's because our engineer, Tony, got the day off.
Because it's Memorial Day.
Yeah. So sorry about that, folks.
Well, Jeff, who do we want to thank for this show?
Well, we want to thank our very good sponsor and longtime friends over at Bounding Fire Productions.
Bounding Fire Productions.
And Bounding Fire did a great thing by coming up with a very handy URL, domain name, which is boundingfire.com. You can just go to boundingfire.com and see lots of ASL products. That's where you should be shopping for your ASL products. First of all, they feature all of their own products, such as Into the Rubble, Beyond the Beachhead, High Ground, Operation Cobra, Blood and Jungle, Crucible of Steel, Poland in Flames. I'm taking all these off the top of my head. Corregidor,
The Rock.
Objective Schmidt, Onslaught the Orsha, Operation Neptune. I mean, it's a pretty fantastic list.
Indeed.
And not only great historical recreations, but, well, simulations, scenarios, I guess we could say, but great quality products. So get over there to Bounding Fire. And, you know, I don't know if you knew this, Dave, they don't sell only their own products. They also sell products from our friends across the big ocean at
Is it
LFT,
LFT?
LaFranc Terrier Products. And so head over to Bounding Fire and spend all your money, because I know you've got some.
You do somewhere. If you don't, go steal some.
Yeah. And send it to Bounding Fire. Tell them the 2 half squads send you, and they'll blow you a kiss.
We also like to thank all of our Patreon supporters.
Oh, yes, very much so. Thank you.
Indeed.
There are a lot of ways you can support the show. Patreon is one of our favorites because it's cash and helps support the show, keeps us in plenty of knee deep in products, I would say,
It does
which
indeed.
is great.
And we have upcoming show. Jim Bishop, there's a probability that we'll be interviewing Jim. So if you have a question you'd like us to ask, we don't promise we'll ask them all, because you might ask a silly question like,
Yeah. Are
what's
you
it-
related to Joey Bishop?
yeah, what's your favorite color? You know?
Yeah.
But we might get your question asked if you want to Gmail one to us. And that would be, is that 298?
Episode 298. Yeah.
One of those two.
Yeah.
And then comes 300. So
Yeah. Episode 300 coming up in July. So block off your July. If you've got plans for vacation, cancel them.
indeed. And don't forget the contest. Now we have 2 going. I just
Yes.
introduced the very best of March Madness. Send us that Gmail with they've gone mad in the subject line. And if you have a few more days left, when does the other one end? Do you remember?
June 10th, I think we said, for Mickey Plays ASL, if you want the mouse pad and the mouse.
From
and the
Broken
scenarios
Ground.
From Broken Ground.
Indeed.
Great stuff. We
Indeed.
already have a lot of submissions on that, but there's room for more. Our inbox can handle more.
Yep.
So send them in. You might be a lucky winner. What else?
I think that's about it then.
Okay, I guess that's going to wrap up this show. I'm going to go take care of this mouse issue. So if you hear a lot of screaming and maybe gunfire, that's what that is. But good to see you, Dave.
Good to see you, sir.
And we'll see you next time on the 2 half squads. But remember, until then,
Roll low,
and
rally well, but not when you're playing us.
Seriously.
Bye-bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.